this video is by Adom-Otchere, who is former member of parliament for Adenta on the NDC side. He's an NDC man. He was on Asempa radio complaining about the placement system. Have a look.
They still couldn't do it. Media, I'm praying, say, they should step up.
Bold and
they should step up.
Mention names.
Yes. Obi. You see, a man yone one shot near the Ubi who so body be near the Abbey Jari Munina. Do you understand? We went into this election with a certain level of integrity. Ghanaians felt say the BB share and say you bet me I resu ye. And what hurts a bit Amitieti Joy interviews near there. There's this guy called Adom-Otchere who is I think
CSO, Adom-Otchere.
I listened to him and just make me I was gritting my teeth like that. Say, there's a system that is working. Yes, to a point where it's almost flawless. Then we decide to sidestep that one and go for a new one. And that new one is rather giving us teasing problems that this other software had solved. I don't see a day. You see, where me wo kukromoti bakupe. And you can't boom. Somebody voted 5 times. Who I voted 5 times and not 2 times, come forward. Now because of me, I voted twice. I deserve whatever position that I've been given better than any other person. Yet the position as a trust on behalf of all of us. So, what is going on in this kind of, it's embarrassing to us. Not only the president. We are part of the embarrassment. You think the president is happy with what is happening? No. You think the president is happy when he has promised Ghanaians a reset? Nema departure from some of these things. Now, and no more now. Just say, what is this? You go to the NAT office.
Doc, are you aware of these things? He's complaining about the placement system. The president is not happy.
Adom-Otchere spoke.
Yes,
and he was right. Because when I took over, wherever challenges were there, we worked on it. And we had really got into a situation where the thing had become flawless. I remember walking into cabinets and another Danko Kufadu would tease me that. So the placement is going on, I don't hear any noise. We had worked so hard to create a software.
Independence Square crowd vanished. What happened?
Yeah, because you see, it takes time, and we had the time. And when I took over, I had been a deputy minister. I knew the challenges, and were able to work on it to make sure that. And then we had perfected the system over time. NCA will come and do cyber security checks to make sure that they have to sign off before we start going live, so that nobody can hack into the system and all those things. So we have reduced it to science in terms of how you deploy, how you develop and you deploy, and it has been done over the years. And unfortunately, I don't know what is political about it for it to just be jettisoned, for a new one to be created.
Oh, they created a new one?
Yes.
A new system?
Of course, that's what Adom-Otchere was
January.
That was what Adom-Otchere was alluding to. That there was a system in place that was near perfect. And now a new one is developed, which will have to have its teething problems.
Why did they create? They wanted to change the vendor or something?
I really don't. I have no idea. But the question is, Adom-Otchere is right, and the question that he posed, he's right to pose that question.
How about double track? That's some people say you fested on us. This NDC said they will take it out.
Why haven't they taken it out?
They said they will take it out now, soon, very soon.
Let's wait and see. They say 120 days.
Is it impossible to take it out?
You see, the thing is, if you don't know what went into it, then you can make that decision and say, I'm going to take it out. You see, we did not do double track because of lack of space in schools. It was lack of space in desirable schools. So if you wanted to post children against their will to some category C schools somewhere in the jungle,
No, Haruna Idrisu is worried about why we are calling schools category A and B and C. He doesn't like that. He thinks that's what has created the problem.
What has created the problem? You see, the thing is this. I'll tell you one thing. I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I came to this position with many years of experience in education, not just in Ghana, but in the United States of America. And I come here, I'm a classroom teacher for 10 years, school administrator for 12 years, come to Ghana, become a deputy minister for 4 years, and then become a minister. So I always say that I'm one of the most fortunate education ministers in the world, the depth of experience. So I enter into any space, I know exactly what to do, and we can fix it with the help of our people with expertise, Anamwa Mensa, people that we relied upon whenever we needed to have their brains on certain issues. Professor Adom-Otchere, a renowned engineer and former provost of School of Engineering of University of KNUST. So these are people who you put around you, and the areas where you think, okay, I need an input here, you get input from them. So at the end of the day, I say to myself that it's difficult for me to compare myself with any other person. Maybe most education ministers in the world didn't have the kind of expertise that I brought to the education ministry. So it was easy for me to look at the curriculum, look at things and say, let's fix this. These are the gaps. If I can get people to help me think through how to bridge the gap, we'll bridge the gap. So when you talk about education in Ghana, you talk about category A schools, there's a history to it. You have students scoring at different levels. And to create a meritocratic system as to who goes to Achimota, you're going to be able to say, okay, for you to go to Achimota, you must have a certain aggregate. Because you cannot say that my famous school, Jache Pramso, is at par with Achimota. So who goes to Jache Pramso and who goes to Achimota? Especially in a situation where you don't have community schools. In other jurisdictions where there are community-based schools, you live close to Achimota, you go to Achimota. But when you have a boarding school system, somebody from the north, somebody from Ashanti can come to Achimota. Upon what basis do you select those students to come to Achimota? Or for that matter, go to Presec or in Fansipin? Upon what basis are you going to select them? Everybody wants to go there. So something has to be done so that it's as meritocratic as possible in terms of those who get to go to certain schools. And when we wanted to make sure that the schools are accepting students from across the country, there was a catchment policy, and they also did a public school enrollment policy where certain students are able to get into Achimota, not with the same grade as students who went to private schools, who obviously do better than those who went to public schools. So the bottom line is this. If you want to get rid of category A school, what do you replace with it? What we should rather
No, he said he's making category B schools to call everybody category A. So
what does that mean?
I'm not sure, but that's
if you say everybody's A,
appreciating.
If you say everybody's A, what do you mean?
So that parents don't feel that I've been given the school and C.
You think parents don't know Achimota?
They do.
They don't know Presec?
They do.
So if you don't call Presec category A, what does that mean?
It means nothing. They still want to go to Presec.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that
you can call Presec category C. They don't care. It's Presec they want to go.
It's Presec they want to go.
They want to go to Adutuwm.
So what we brought when I became education minister was to create affiliation. So you have to face the reality. The test scores on the WASI from Presec is forever going to be better than some schools. So you have to be proactive in terms of elevating those schools so that the parents will desire those schools. Let me give you an example. There's a school in my constituency, Adutuwm Girls.
Yeah.
4-year old school. And parents with aggregates, students with aggregates 8 wants to go to Adutuwm Girls. Why? Because we are affiliated with Wesley Girls in Cape Coast. Mrs. Jokoto, the former Wesley Girls headmistress, is the mentor of the headmistress, the teachers, and the students, paid for by MasterCard Foundation.
Oh, I see.
MasterCard Foundation hired her
for Adutuwm Girls.
For a number of schools, including
to mentor all of those schools.
Yes. Ahantamine Girls, a number of schools. What does that mean? The goal is that these schools will begin to perform just like Wesley Girls. So if you look at the case of Adutuwm Girls, the first graduating class, 3 of them went to medical school.
Never happened.
Yeah, 50 of them went to engineering schools across the country.